Welcome to a course on sequence and series. We are discussing about Cauchy criterion for series and comparison test, Cauchy condensation test, and we are working out few problems on this in the previous lecture, and in this lecture too we are going to continue with the problems. I hope I have missed the counting, so let me start fresh. Now let us consider the series summation under root n power 4 plus n cube minus n square. Okay, this is the series that we are going to consider, and for this series we are going to check the convergence. Right, here what is to be taken as u1? It is under root n power 4 plus n cube minus n square. Now what will we do? We will multiply and divide by its reciprocal, that is under root n power 4 plus n cube plus n square upon under root n power 4 plus n cube plus n square. When you multiply it, you are going to get what? N power 4 plus n cube minus n power 4 upon under root n power 4 plus n cube plus n square. In the numerator you are going to get simply n cube, and in the denominator you will have the entire quantity as it is. Now we will have to choose Vn. In the numerator the leading term is n cube, whereas in the denominator under root we have n power 4. So when you take it outside the under root, you are going to have n square, and you have n square here itself. Since we have n square in both the terms and both the terms are summed up, right? When the things are summed up, we will take it once. When the terms are in product, that is in the multiplication, we will have to collect the leading terms in each, right? So it is going to be simply n square, and this is going to be what? Simply n. We know that summation Vn diverges, and this implies the given series also diverges, right? Let us see the other problem, that is summation 1 upon n factorial. Here it is a good thing, right? Okay, here 1 factorial may be written as what? 1 upon 1 times of 2 times of 3, it goes till n. Okay, I am going to make a comparison of terms. Let me leave this 1 upon, okay, this may also be written as 1 upon 1, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, and it goes till 1 upon n. Okay, let me hold these terms and make the comparisons for the other terms. Right, let me compare 1 upon 3 with 1 upon 2. Since 3 is a bigger value than 2, the reciprocal will be reversed. So 1 upon 3 will be less than 1 upon 2, right? So similarly 1 upon 4 will be less than 1 upon 2, and it goes till what? 1 upon n less than 1 upon 2. Okay, now your 1 upon n factorial, this is 1 upon 1, 1 upon 2, you have these things. Okay, for other things you have these comparison. So let us substitute it here. So it is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. For how many times? N minus 2 times. Including this, you have what? 1 upon 2 power n minus 1. Right? So this is true for what? N bigger than 1. You have identified some stage. After this comparison is possible. Right? Here we need to check the convergence of what? This one, that is the smaller one. If the bigger one is convergent, the smaller one is also convergent. Now let us check the convergence of 1 upon 2 power n minus 1. This may also be written as 1 upon 2 whole power n minus 1. Okay, we know that summation x power n converges if absolute of x less than 1. Here 1 upon 2 is less than 1. Hence summation 1 upon 2 to the power n minus 1 converges This implies the given series summation 1 upon n factorial converges. Okay. In all the time, we may not be able to do the limit form of comparison test directly. Sometimes we will have to go with the actual comparison test that was prescribed in the theorem. Okay. In this example, exactly we did that. Now let us see another example. What? Okay, let me take summation sine. This is quite interesting, right? Not in the usual sense. Okay, for which we will have to make use of some trigonometric identity, right? Okay, let me choose, this is my un. Let me choose my vn to be simply 1 upon n power p. Will that work or not? Let us see. What is going to be un upon vn as limit n approaches infinity? Okay, you see sine this is what we need to check. It is more or like checking the convergence of this thing, right? We cannot directly say as n approaches infinity, this quantity will approach infinity and hence the entire quantity in the denominator will approach 0. That cannot be the case all the time, right? When will that happen? For which we have to say about the convergence of this one. That is summation 1 upon n power p converges for p what? For p bigger than 1, right? And diverges for p smaller than or equals 1. Okay, this is about the convergence of the series. Whereas here we are just substituting the terms in the series, that is the general term in the series. Now as limit n approaches infinity, 1 upon n power p approach what? That is the question here. Can we say it is 0? It is 0 for p bigger than 0. If your p is 0, this becomes 1. If your p is smaller than 0, this quantity will come to the numerator and hence you cannot certainly say this is 0 or something else, or sometimes infinity. Okay, this is going to be the case. Okay? Only for p bigger than 0 your happenings is going to happen. Okay, fine. So for p bigger than 0, this quantity is going to approach 0 and in the numerator sign of something 0. Okay, 1 upon n power p approaches 0. Okay, let me take 1 upon n power p as k, and these things may be rephrased as limit k approaches 0, un upon vn may be written as sin k upon k. By the trigonometric identities, we know that this is equals 1 and it is a non-zero finite limit. Hence, summation vn converges will imply summation un converges. But summation vn converges for p bigger than 1, not for all things. Right? Hence, your summation sine 1 upon n power p converges for p bigger than 1. Only for this case it is going to be convergent. Right? Let me pick the other problem. un is equal to 1 upon n times of n plus 1 and this is for n bigger than or equals 5000 and minus 1 per n otherwise. You will have to closely look at the problem now, because whenever something is given till a certain range this is going to happen, after that this will happen. that would be given in usual problems. Here what is given is that after and from the stage 5000 you have something, right? But before that it is going to be of the form what? -1 per n. Okay, here the checking the convergence of this series is quite interesting. Let us see. Okay, what is given for n bigger than or equals 5000. So in the comparison test, some stage is given, some stage is specified, right? That stage is 5000 here. Okay, so my un is 1 upon n times of n plus 1, and the n naught that I am going to fix is 5000. Okay, I will have to identify some Vn. In the numerator we have what? 1. In the denominator we have product of two terms. Right? From the first term we are going to take n, and from the second term also we are going to take n. So it is going to be n square. Right? Your un upon Vn as limit n approaches infinity is going to be some finite limit, and the limit is going to be 1. You may check it easily. Right? And since summation Vn converges, this implies summation un converges as well. What is to do with this thing? That is a question mark, right? So if you are asked to check the sum of the terms in the series, you may make use of this one. Because what? When you explicitly write your summation un, it is going to be -1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1, and it goes this way. And when you reach 4999, you will have -1, and from that onwards, from 5000 onwards, what are you going to get? You are going to get 1 upon 5000 times of 5000 plus 1, right? Plus 1 upon 5001 times of 5001 plus 1, and it goes this way. Okay, and if you are asked to find out the sum of these terms, you may make use of this idea, for which we will have to do a partial fraction for this, that is 1 upon n times of n plus 1. This may be written as a upon n plus b upon n plus 1, and when you do the calculations you are going to get what? This equals from this you may easily see the values. That is, when you give n is equal to 0, you are going to get a is equal to 1, and when you give n is equal to -1, you are going to get minus b is equal to 1. This implies what? Your b is 1, and hence your 1 upon n times of n plus 1 will become what? 1 upon n minus 1 upon n plus 1, and when you substitute these things here, okay, from this stage onwards, let me explain this later, and this becomes 1 upon 5000 minus 1 upon 5001 plus 1 upon 5001 minus 1 upon 5002, and it goes till this way, plus 1 upon n minus 1 upon n plus 1, right? And here you may see minus and plus are repeating, which means these two gets cancelled, these two gets cancelled, and it comes this way. Till 4999th place we have values, right? Till the terms in 4998th place gets cancelled, only this is remaining, so we are going to have only -1, right? And here also this gets cancelled, similarly this, and till this term will get cancelled, right? So we are left with what? -1 plus 1 upon 5000 minus 1 upon n plus 1. Okay, and this is till n. When you make the sum till infinity, that is when you make your n approaches infinity, what is going to happen? Your 1 upon n plus 1 term will approach 0. This implies till this you will have 1 minus 1 plus 1 upon 5000 and when you manipulate it, you are going to have what? Minus 5000 plus 1 upon 5000, and it is minus 4999 upon 5000. Okay, this is one of the example in which we may be asked to find out the sum to which the series converge. Whenever we have been discussing the sequence of the convergence of the sequences, we were also finding the limit of convergence, whereas in series we are not doing it so, right? Because we have to sum up the terms. In all the cases it may not be possible, but in few cases it is possible. One of that case was we have seen this series converges for absolute of x less than 1, and it also converges to what? X upon 1 minus x. This was the limit of convergence. If you know the value of x, just put it there, you will get the sum of the terms in the series. Okay, that was the well known and standard example. This is one of the example, right? Now let us see another problem, that is summation n runs from 2 to infinity 1 upon n times of log n to the power p. We will have to examine the convergence of this term, okay, for which let us make use of the Cauchy condensation test, and that tells you will have to substitute 2 power k or generally a power k. Okay, let us choose a to be 2 here just for the matter of convenience, and here my n is 1 upon n times of log n to the power p. Here you may ask me a question, why we have chosen n runs from 2 to infinity, why not n runs from 1 to infinity? When you choose n is equal to 1, your log 1 is 0, you have log n in the denominator, hence it tends to it tends to infinity. The first term itself will give you infinity, which means the entire sum cannot be a finite sum, hence it is divergent. When you make n is equal to 1 to infinity, it is divergent, right? Now the question is to check when n starts from 2. Okay, now let me find out Vk, because in the place of n I am going to substitute 2 power k. So 1 upon 2 power k log 2 power k to the power p, which means 1 upon 2 power k, and this becomes what? K times of log 2 to the power p. So 1 upon 2 power k power p, and log 2 to the power p. Right? Now I will have to formulate this series. The convergence of this series will imply the convergence of the given series. Okay, this is summation 2 power k times of 1 upon 2 power k power p, and log 2 to the power p. This 2 power k gets cancelled, and this summation runs over r. So this log 2 to the power p is independent of k, and hence it may be taken outside. So 1 upon log 2 to the power p, and summation over k 1 upon k power p. Now you just look at these terms and check the convergence of this. Okay, your summation 1 upon k power p converges for what? P bigger than 1, and diverges for p smaller than or equals 1. Hence your summation n runs from 2 to infinity 1 upon n times of log n to the power p converges for p bigger than 1 and diverges for p smaller than or equals 1. In the upcoming lecture, we are going to see ratio test and root test for checking the convergence of the series. Okay, that will be applied whenever you find difficulty in applying this Cauchy condensation test or Cauchy's comparison test. Okay, when you feel difficulty in applying these two tests, those tests may help you. Let us explore that in the upcoming lecture. Thank you for watching.